Hi, howdy, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. Today is a very exciting day. It's the beginning of a new month, and as you know, new month means new month, new resolutions, and I'm insanely excited about that. So, before I get too far into what I'm going to be doing for the month of February and what my plans are for this upcoming month, I do want to go ahead and start talking about the goal that I set for last month and kind of just giving you guys a little estimate about how well I did on that one. So for the month of January, I really wanted to journal more. I got a completely brand new notebook and I filled out about, let's count it together. That's about 8 pages. 8 pages of journaling. That's so much journaling. It's really good. I did a really solid job. I feel like that doesn't actually do a good job of showing how much I actually wrote things down and I really thought about things, because the main reason why I wanted to journal more was because I feel like I have a really bad habit of not really processing information whenever things happen. Like every once in a while I'll do something cool and I don't really like take credit for the fact that, oh, I did this kind of cool thing. So I actually, on top of just doing basic journaling, started a jar that has a bunch of different colored sticky notes, and each colored sticky note means a different thing. Green means some kind of accomplishment. Blue means just kind of a fun little silly update that I wanted to give myself. Yellow is something that's not necessarily good or bad, but just something that I would want my future self to see. And the plan is, at the end of the year, I'm going to open up that jar, see what everything is, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So that's everything that I had for January. I basically just wanted to journal more, and I wanted to write things down, and I wanted to try to take the time out of my day to contemplate stuff. And that's a very simple, easy goal, and it's kind of hard to measure, but I feel like I did a relatively good job with that. February is going to be a little bit different. So February is my birthday month. For people who do not know, I was born in February. It's very exciting. I'm very happy about that. My birthday's coming up on the 13th. I have my entire birthday weekend off, which is not something I intentionally did. It's just something that kind of happened. I wanted the 14th off because Valentine's Day, I don't have Valentine's Day plans. I plan on being hungover. It's going to be a very fun time. But I want to set a budget for the month of February, because something I've really been struggling with the last couple of months is, since I moved out of my parents' house, I've never really had a set plan of how I'm going to spend stuff. It's always been like, okay, well, I know I have each paycheck, $350 of it is coming out for rent. And then I have like $200 is coming out at the beginning of the month, $200 coming out at the end of the month, something like that. So I know every paycheck I get, I only really have like 400 or so that I actually can spend on things. And a lot of times that's going towards like a Lowe's credit card that I have to pay off, a regular credit card that I need to pay off, food, gas, car insurance, all kinds of stuff like that. And it's really hard because even though I have Rocket Money and I have all these different resources to try to figure out how I'm spending my money, where my money is going, I do a really bad job of like consistently making sure that I'm spending the same amount of money on the similar things. So in order to make this goal a little bit easier and to try to do my best to create a budget, because my overall plan is to have a budget made before my first paycheck of the month. My first paycheck of the month is going to be on the 6th. So it's right around the corner. I want to have a budget made by then, and I want to really stick to it. So that's the goal. I haven't made the budget yet, which is not great. I really probably should have made that by now, so that way I could go over the budget with you guys, and then at the end of the month I could do a little review and talk about the budget. But okay, future editing Blake here chiming in. I immediately after I recorded this video went down and kind of did a bunch of math and tried to figure out my budget, and I kind of have a budget here, sort of. It is very tentative. A lot of things are not 100% set in stone because I don't know for sure how much money I'm going to be spending on certain items, but I decided to go through my first paycheck of the month, kind of calculate how much it's supposed to be. It's around $980 or something like that, and then calculate my second paycheck based off of, if I go to every single shift and I work the amount that I'm supposed to work, how much my second paycheck would be. And then I went for my first paycheck, subtracted all of my monthly expenses that come out, and then I got a number there. And then I went through the second paycheck, subtracted all the monthly expenses that come out for that paycheck, and then it left me with about $500 to spend, give or take. And so right off the bat, before I can actually start budgeting and I can start, divvying up, hey, this much of this $500 can go to this, hey, this much of this $500 can go to this, I do need to account for the fact that since it's my birthday month, I have to pay for car registration, which I think is going to be somewhere from $30 to $60. And then I also need to change my address for my license, which I believe is going to be like a $15 fee or a $20 fee. So my starting budget that I have for myself is $460, something like that. And I decided to kind of break this up into a couple of major things. One, gas. I went ahead and just said, I live really close to where I work. I'm not planning on going very far that often, so I think I'm only going to need to fill up my tank maybe 2 or 3 times this month. So my gas budget is going to be about $50. I think that should be doable because, to be honest, on weeks that I just go to work and I don't go anywhere else, I typically don't need to refill my tank at all. And I'm also getting a new car potentially, question mark, this month. So if that happens, maybe that car has a bigger gas tank, I don't know, but we will see. So that's going to be an interesting thing to kind of deal with. Then I went ahead and started divvying up the fun money stuff that I have because, like I said, this is my birthday month. I potentially am going to be going out for my birthday weekend and having fun and doing some cool spontaneous stuff. So I decided to set aside, I have $50 I'm allowed to spend that weekend. I'm planning on going to a karaoke bar for sure. I don't know what I'm going to do before that or during that time. I think there's a place in the town that I live at where there's like this really cool arcade / grilled cheese bar, and that is walking distance from the karaoke bar. So my plan is to go there, maybe get food, get lunch, maybe play a couple of arcade games, and then go to the karaoke bar. So my goal is to only spend $50 that night. We will see, but it potentially could be a very fun night. I'm very much looking forward to it. And then I also set aside $50 for going to the movies 3 times because in the month of February, there are at least 3 movies that are releasing that I really want to watch. So that is tentative to change because hypothetically, I might be going to see Scream 7 with my sister. That comes out at the very end of February, so that might raise that budget up a little bit. But overall, $50 for my birthday weekend, $50 for movies in general, $50 for gas, that's $150. Now, for food, I decided to split this up. I need to make 12 meals in the month of February. 9 of those are just need to be at least 2 servings because it's just me and my sister living together. And then the other 3 are my meal preps for the week. I want to try to make 7 servings for each of my meal preps. It could be 6, it could be 5, it could be somewhere in that general range. But the big thing is I need to meal prep at least 3 times this upcoming month. And so my budget for cooking meals for me and my sister is going to be $80 for those 9 meals. And then my budget for my meal preps is going to be $40 because those are going to be a little bit bigger. I could potentially need to spend a little bit more to get specific items. I have kind of a plan for what my first 2 are going to be, and I think that if I do them right, those 2 can potentially be about $30 together, and then I'll have $10 for my last meal prep. We will see. And then my last budget for food is snacks plus drinks, which is mostly talking about my energy drink consumption because as of right now, I'm probably spending over $60 a month on energy drinks. That's really bad. So my snacks and drinks budget is going to be $50. That makes it where these V8 energy drinks that I get that I really like, these are 12 packs of them are for $10. So I'm only allowed to get 2 of those, maybe a third one if I run out. I think I currently have a couple in my fridge, so I shouldn't have to potentially do more than that. And then I told myself I'm allowed to get 1 Red Bull a week. So that's going to be another like $14 or something like that. So that would make it where I only have $16 to spend on actual snacks and stuff like that. And the kind of snacks I need are like in between lunch at work and dinner at night. I need some kind of food that I could have before I go to the gym. And then I also make protein shakes every single day. So we'll see with that. $16 doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. So we'll see. But as of right now, my food budget is going to be around $170. I imagine I will probably blow that one out of the water. And then that'll leave, if I can keep all of those to the numbers that I just said, I will have about $160 left at the end of the month, which is pretty much all going to be going into the fact that I'm planning on remodeling my entire bedroom. So I'm not planning on having any money left over at the end of the month. I just know that now I have $160 is the max I can spend on upgrading my bedroom. And I honestly don't think I need that much. I need like 1 bar of wood that needs to be about 14 inches wide and then 7 feet long, something like that. We'll see whenever I go to buy wood. That's going to be a fun adventure. I'm probably going to make that its own special video. And then I need to get 1 4x4 that's about 10 feet long or 8 feet long so that I can make more posts for my bed frame because I'm going to make my bed completely by myself. I'm not going to bother with buying a bed frame online because I have pretty much everything I need for it. I don't want to go out and spend money if I don't have to. So that's going to be a fun project. That's something you guys can look forward to this week. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to let my past self finish out this video. You might kind of repeat some things that I just said I don't entirely know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of this video. The main goal is to have a budget by February 6th. and to actually stick with it for the entire month. And something that I'm going to do to try to kind of help that is I'm planning on not going out and doing a bunch of fun, ridiculous things, except for my birthday weekend. That's the one weekend that I really want to go out and potentially spend a decent bit of money. I'm going to go see a couple of new movies in theaters. I'm potentially going to go to a couple bars. It's going to be a fun time, but I'm going to limit myself. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be responsible. It's going to be a fun time. And then something else that I want to do to kind of like try to limit my spending, I used to have a series where I would make 3 meals for about $25. I think I'm going to do that this month with my money that I'm spending on food, because I think, except for buying energy drinks, aside from those, I want to try to spend maybe less than $80 on food this month. It's going to be really difficult, but I do think it is totally possible, and I still think that I can do that and still make at least 9 meals this month, give or take. So that's the goal. That's what we're going to attempt, and that's basically everything that I needed to say for this video. So very quick, very simple, very quick and to the point. But that being said, that's my goals for the month of February. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of a fitness February, but that's just me making sure I go to the gym Monday through Friday every week this month, because with it being a perfect month, for people who do not know, February, Saturday to Sunday, Saturday to Sunday, Saturday to Sunday, Saturday to Sunday, it is all a perfect month. And so it should be really easy for me to remember, okay, I need to go to the gym 20 days this month, something like that, because I think there's 4 weeks, 5 days in each week that I'm going. Should be a really fun time. Should be really easy. Should be really simple. But yeah, that being said, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. And if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Pow, pow, pow.